Hello everybody and welcome to Kakushigoto episode, we're on 5 or 6? Whichever one we're on, I think we're on 6. Anime review. This episode was also very funny. It was maybe my favourite in terms of the funny. It was the funniest episode to me, I think. I really liked the he's all paranoid because he doesn't think he's got any fans, but actually, he does have fans. It was funny and it was a bit nice, so I was like, damn man, people do read my stuff. That's good, that's inspiring, you know. It's the old thing where it's like you don't realize, you know, you have fans till you see them, and then it's like, damn, I have fans. I liked it a lot. Anyway, let's quick jump into the episode, see how it all went down and everything. Let's do this. Start up needing to call the FBI because he keeps getting sent backpacks by a guy called, I wrote his name down, Naoto Date, which don't know who that is. We'll get to it later on because I've got a pretty good idea who it is. But yeah. Gets sent backpacks and they're just a bunch of unused backpacks in the closet because Kakushi doesn't want her using them for some reason. Pretty weird. He gets all cryptic. He's like, he's a stranger to me, and it's like, oh, so it is a person. And again, later on we'll find out. But yeah, then they start talking about privileges and how buying a backpack is a privilege, and then everything is a privilege, and the gang gets all you know, hyped up about doing menial tasks because it's a privilege. They're like robots, basically. It was pretty funny in a kind of creepy kind of way. The editor shows up and he's bad-mouthing them a little bit. Basically, the opposite of what they're doing. He's killing their flow, so to speak. Then, you know, because they're in such a good mood, they do bonus illustrations, you know, for like special editions and whatever. You know the type of thing I mean. And they're like, yeah, I have to do a lot of work. And then he's like, yeah, raising Hime is a privilege. I'm like, oh, that's a nice thing to end. Well, not end on, but you know, nice little you know, in the middle of this. But then it turns out because everything is a privilege, he's been accepting a lot of work. By a lot, I mean far too much work. There's like a little board and everything. Didn't realize he's agreed to do an autograph signing, and he's worried because, you know, that's out in public. Hime will definitely catch him. Same day, he also booked this. At first, I thought it was like an amusement park, but then it was more like a little activity thing for Hime, where, you know, they pretend to do jobs and they get some. It's like work experience, except not really, but a little bit. But yeah, so he's double booked himself and everything. They'll plan that in a minute, but before that, he runs into this guy in a limo. It's not really a limo. Is it a limo? It's a big car. He looks like a rich man. He's the backpack guy, and he says, hey, stop sending them. They have a bit of a back and forth. And from what I can glean from this, it's the wife's dad, and he doesn't approve of Kakushi because he knows Kakushi writes a well, not dodgy, it's not off-brand, but, you know, a lewd manga, we'll say. He knows, and he's like, I don't agree with you. I don't like you at all. So, my guess is they don't get on, and it makes Kakushi seem a bit like a hypocrite, but hey, what can you do? But anyway, yeah, the next day, then the gang is like, right, we've got a plan on how to get you out of this this double booking you've got yourself in. So be helpful for that lady. She's really helpful. The like blonde, is it blonde? It looks more grey to me. You know the girl I mean, not best girl, the other one. He drops Hime off at the place, which I've not wrote down the name of, but it turns out adults can't go in, they just wait in the lobby and watch on these little screens, which, yeah, it's a little bit dodgy. They jump on it a little bit on, because, hey, doesn't seem like it's policed very well. The signing is like the next building along from the place, which is just such a coincidence, you know. And this whole part is like he's got like no confidence, because he's like, no one's going to show up, it's going to suck, it's going to be awful and everything. There's a massive line, not for him, it's for a mascot character, which of course makes him even more paranoid and everything. Hime is doing some cooking, you know, because they do for different jobs, she's doing some cooking. The glasses guy is sitting in the chair and he almost makes himself look like a right creep. He's like, no, I'm just watching one of the girls. It's literally what he says, and it's like, yeah, FBI, hello, FBI. Yeah, basically just that. But he saves it and he creates this elaborate backstory for, you know, the mom and everything else. And then the best girl comes to switch with him, and then he like whispers to her, here's the backstory I've created, play along with it. And she's like, I'm 15. And I'm like, no, you're not. Don't lie. You better not be, you know. But yeah, then bookstore employees, they're also pretty funny. because they're like, great, another pain in the ass author, and I'm like, oof, scathing right there from the bookstore employees. Every bookstore employee I've met has been very nice. Of course, I'm not an author, I'm not a pain in the ass, so completely different situation, but what can you say? First fat person is the teacher, who is actually a fan as well, technically, so it sort of works. And then the friend of the smart girl, her friend comes, and she's also a fan, it turns out. Maybe. No, she's not. Okay, probably not. It's just to make him feel better. But then, after that, there are actual fans, but he's misconstruing their words into making himself think they're not actual fans. They're like paid to be there and everything. Yeah, then he has lunch with Hime. Not much to report on there. She's got a lot of things. He then goes back and sees a poster of a proper artist, you know, like a painter type dude. And he's like, man, I suck compared to this guy. He's, you know, this whole confidence thing, it got me down a little bit. I was like, no, man, you're good. You're good at what you do. But, yeah, then the editor at this point cottons on to what he was saying. Was like, no, we can't afford to pay people to pretend to stand in line for you. Are you insane? We don't have that kind of money. But yeah, then, you know, he actually realizes, oh, they're actual fans, and there's a father with his son, and it's like him and Hime, and he's like, yeah, me and my son, we both like it, you know. And it's like, oh, and he's like, oh, I don't have to hide that much. But then he screams that, yes, I am a manga artist, grr, knocks a wall over. Hime's there. Hime, who doesn't realize it's him, which, you know, a bit harsh. Like, Hime, that's your dad. Like, maybe she was just playing along. Also, the teacher jumped in and they made it seem like they were also trying out jobs similar to what Hime was doing. It was like the adult version, and she bought it, but she still didn't realize it was Kakushi, which kind of sucks for him, I will say that. But yeah, then they talk later on. She's like, yeah, I enjoyed working at the bookstore. That was probably my favorite. And I mean, hopefully she doesn't do that, because otherwise Kakushi's going to have to work extra hard to, like, not double... Like, what if she accidentally just opens a manga and it's like, hang on a minute, that's my dad, you know? I thought he was a businessman. Who knows? That could happen. Yeah, crazy stuff. But then, also she gave him a gift or whatever at the end. Future bit, you know, back in the 18-year-old Hime, she opens one of the things and there's a manga in there. And it's a boring manga, she says. She's like, this is boring. It's just about family life, like daily life, family life. There's no plot. And she cries because it's just what she wanted. And it makes me cry too, because it's, god damn it, it's like, it's really weird, because it's 90% like light-hearted fun. And then it's just like, now have some feels, you know. Now cry a little bit. And it's like, I really hope he's not dead. Like, oh man. It would be a hell of a thing for them to pull off. If they can somehow pull off the transition really well, that would be good. But man, it's a bit, because they are so different. Like, you got the sadness and then the light-hearted stuff. If they can bridge it well, like bridge it from one into the other really nice, it will be good. But they might not be able to. Not that I think will we get there in just the one season? I've not read the manga, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. I'm really curious to know exactly what is going on in the future, because it's ambiguous. And the you know, the everyday daily life stuff in the past is fun too. You know, I'll be honest, the future stuff is what's keeping me watching. The past stuff is still enjoyable though, very enjoyable. It gives me a little chuckles sometimes. I like the little, we'll call it insight into like manga, what it's like to write a manga. You know, I do sort of, that's pretty cool too. It's probably exaggerated a little bit, because of course it is. It's you know, it's an anime. No one wants to read about someone who, you know, the whole volume is them writing the volume you're reading. You know, that's not too entertaining. So obviously, yeah. But it is interesting. I'm a big fan of this show. I'm glad I decided to watch it. Anyway, running out of things to say. So, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out immensely. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye guys.